We're here at the 7th annual constituency stakeholders meeting at the Ifako Ijaye local government area hall with the theme Increasing Wave of Drug Abuse, a Threat to Nation Building. I am Preshok Bade reporting live for Penn Radio.
The keynote address. Distinguished constituents, eminent personalities, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this year's edition of our annual constituency stakeholders meeting, which is the 7th in the series holding simultaneously across all the 40 constituencies in the state. The theme for this year's edition is the increasing wave of drug abuse, a threat to nation building, and is aimed at sensitizing the youth, residents, parents, teachers, students, religious organizations, professional bodies, academia, civil society organizations, community leaders, and individuals on the disturbing trend of the drug abuse in our society, and the danger it portends for the youth and our collective existence. The matter had long been a source of great concern to the leadership and the members of the House, for which the House has exhaustively debated and passed various resolutions to address such as need to curb the sale and consumption of hazardous liquid substances such as Sokudai in the state in 2019, and another calling on the state government to embark on anti-drug campaign for all secondary schools in the state. We do not have the powers to enforce. However, we have enough laws that has to do with drug abuse and curbing the use. The sales, the use, and to the end users, we have enough laws. So we will go back to the floor of the House again, and re-emphasize on the need for the executive arm of the government to enforce through our security agencies. Where necessary, we need to empower them to make the resolutions on the floor of the House, and they will be effectively empowered, and I'm sure they will do the job to help us curb the use of these drugs. Attention to parents. It is most important. The young man who spoke about it from Somori knew exactly what he's saying. For the hard work and the input of the government to be felt on our words, on our children and our youth, it begins with you and I. If I do not give my child the proper home training or upbringing, it becomes a menace to society, and then the government is blamed for it. Many parents know that their children are taking hard substances, but they are not saying anything, or they are not looking for help because of the stigma, because they feel little boy, drug addict that has been rehabilitated. His life went from 0 to 150 in less than 1 month of taking drugs. Cut all over his body, bruises, smoking weed, could not function without weed, but he has been rehabilitated. He's a young, very young boy, maximum of age of 10 or 12. Yes, and then rehabilitated through to the evangelist to the round. So if we have to include this in the school curriculum, it's a welcome and a beautiful idea. Where we continue to orientate our children and the students that there is a need for them to stay away from drugs. Our students believe they know more than we, the parents. Our students believe that they are well enlightened than we are. Just the same way we used to think then that we were more enlightened than our parents because we had access to internet and they did not. But also we could see the money in the last photo, there is a land and people have come to talk to us, but they want to do something or the other, and I told them, I said, don't worry, I'm the one in charge. So when the issue came up today and somebody suggested that we should have a rehabilitation center in Ifako, I am more than happy and proud of my CDC chairman. And to that end, it shows the necessity for us to continue to have this town hall stakeholders meeting. One thing we should take away from here is we should not stigmatize those who are using hard substance. Rather, we should encourage them to stop the habit and also encourage them to get rehabilitated. I have never used drugs, I have never touched drugs, and I will never touch drugs. So, We will not help them continue to spread the use of drugs. We would also do resolutions of the House on how to help check this. And I know the enforcement agencies here are also listening, and they will do what they need to do. I think I've been able to answer majorly all the questions. I thank you very much.
Gbogbo ẹni bá yọ́nú sí mi o, ó ṣọ́jú ìyọ́nú Ọlọ́run ọba, 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 òun lẹ́lẹ́ máa rí. Àánú mo rí gbà adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Àánú mo rí gbà adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Èmi jáyé orí mi adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Kì í dẹ́ ṣe mímọ́ ṣe adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Kì má dẹ́ ṣe mímọ́ ṣe adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Àánú mo rí gbà adé orí ọ̀gbìn.
My name is Adewale Deji, member representing the people of Ifakoja Constituency 1 at the House of Assembly, Lagos State. Firstly, I want to appreciate the leadership of the House, ably led by Right Honorable Dr. Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa for this initiative. This is the 7th legislative stakeholders engagement, as we call it, or stakeholders meeting or town hall meeting. And this is the 3rd one I will be doing today, and I would say clearly that all the stakeholders meetings that we've done have also been very effective. However, this is different because it is targeted at one of the most ravaging problems we have in our society today, which is the drug abuse by our youth and the older ones as well. This is different because it is important that we say that when we want to build the future, we have to build the youth. And we say build the youth, build the future. And we've noticed the increase in use of drug and illicit drugs by our youth and unprescribed drugs by our youth. And I think it is very important that we continue to enlighten them and to also make them understand that the need for them not to use these drugs so that they can have a proper future, they can have proper education, they can be employable is very necessary. And I think that is why this stakeholders engagement was conceived by the House, and it is being done across the 57 local governments where we have representatives of the House of Assembly. At the night assembly this year, last year this year, we've done a bill has been passed by the House of Assembly that has to do with curbing the excess use and the sales of drugs, illicit drugs over the counter, and the drug use in the state. Also, we've had resolutions of the House on enlightenment and the use for them not to use drug abuse. I think what is most important now is enforcement of the bill or the law. That is what we are supposed to be doing now. No matter the amount of bills that we pass, as long as there's no enforcement to regards the sales of these drugs and the use of these drugs, we continue to have this problem. Cannabis is easily sold everywhere on the street today. You can see everywhere is sold, and except our law enforcement officers start to act up and start to arrest those who are using it and prosecute them, we will not have an effective law. There is no particular designated number of youths. We target all the youths in the country, in the state. So this doesn't have to do with the ministry or the local government itself. It's just about the youth in general. I mean, it says, like you can tell, we have the religious leaders, we have security agencies, we have security bodies, we have LASCOTA, we have NATA, we have all organizations that can help pass the message across and curb the use of drugs. So we're not targeting any number of youths, we're targeting the entire youth of the nation. Yes, there are programs, and then I know the Ministry of Youth and Social Development have been working on rehabilitating those that have been affected by the use of drugs, and I think quite a number of them have been admitted and they are being treated at the moment, and they are receiving and they are responding to treatment.
And this is Spare Radio.
This is Spare Radio.
This is Spare Radio.
This is Spare Radio.
This is A90 Spare Radio. Keep listening to A90 Spare Radio. A90 Spare Radio. Radio.